Yes, the Erie County courthouse and the government are trying to kill me. They are. They may not think that, but they are. Because if you don't listen to somebody and give them a fair chance, what does that do? It stresses them out. We all know stress is the number one cause of disease and illness. Basically, they're trying to kill me. Because if you don't give a person a chance to show you who they are, especially when it comes to, like, there's nothing about proof at this point. Okay, I've had a spiritual awakening. That's something I never would have thought I would have said, but I can't take that out of me, and I wouldn't for the world. In fact, I would recommend everybody searches within themselves to see who they really are, and then the world would be a better place. Instead of being like, oh, I got to have this and I got to have that, so these people think I'm cool. Think that you are cool yourself. You know, these last few videos that I've shot have been a little bit angry because I'm hurt as a person about the fact that I'm a great example for anybody. And I can say that with confidence, not with conceitedness, because I don't think that highly of who Dan Alexander once was. But since my name is Dan Alexander in a physical form, you know, it sounds really weird to say like that, so I'm not going to say too many things like that. But since I am Dan Alexander, who I am now is someone so different than what I once was, that the people who compare me to that are stupid because they're not taking the time to look at the fact that people change, times change, life evolves itself. Like, you don't have to try to do anything. If you sit still for an hour, after a while, you're going to want to move because life will move you, you know? That's just a weird example. But anyway, the point is, I'm in a situation right now where I've done the right thing and I'm doing the right thing. And I love the people involved. I love the judge who's being a schmuck, who has no idea who I am and who could possibly take my kids away. But that's because he's very low vibrational. He's very, very unawake. Everybody in that courtroom besides me was unawake. The guard standing there in their uniform like, I'm a guard, yeah. Of what? We need a guard here because two people are trying to figure out what's going on with their kid situation. This is about kids. We don't need a guard looking like he's hard. I'm tough, look at me, I'm a fucking guard. Stupid. Ridiculous. And then we have a good judge here who gets red in the face and mad at me because I didn't fill out a paper. Because I told the lawyer on the phone that I'm not submitting to a psychiatric evaluation unless you pay for it. I'll do it. I'm not crazy. You are if you think I am. That's the problem. And he said on the phone, we're not going to pay for it. That's on you. And we want you to have visitations only at a family visiting center on these hours on Saturdays, which I can't change my Saturday work schedule. I can't. It's impossible. That's when the things come. That's when I have to do it. And they're like, well, you can't tell us that work is whatever. Well, tell me this, judge. You have to come in on a Sunday now because guess what? Too fucking bad, asshole. You know, I love you and all, but still, in a personal way, these people are being shitty to me because I know more than they know about what's really going on. And I think maybe it's jealousy. I don't know. And the fact is, those things don't matter. If it comes down to just these personal situations we're doing, you know, if somebody is a good example for their kids, they're a good example for their kids. Why am I not jumping through the hoops that they want me to do for the court system? Because that's doing what they want me to do, and they are wrong. The court system and the government is trying to kill me. Think about right now, in life, stress is the major cause of disease and illness and problems in life. Stress is the problem. For this since my awakening, since last September when it all happened, I can't think of one day that I was stressed out, that worried, that hurt about anything. In the moment, if something went on, I'd respond to it, but I wouldn't get all flustered and stressed out. Well, right now, I can't get out of my personal problem because I'm facing a threat of my children being taken away for the rest of my life. That's harming them. No matter what happens, if they take away my kids, I'm going to be okay. You know, they'll be okay eventually, but they'll be okay with an adjustment they didn't have to make. They're going to be okay, but they're going to be going through life with the wrong idea of someone who loves them unconditionally, with the wrong idea of someone who they live with who did the wrong thing. So the rest of their life is going to be propelled off of an idea or off of a situation that was wrong. And who does that pertain to? Their mom, someone you trust. A lawyer who should be someone who represents the law. Where in the law does it say if a person has a spiritual awakening, you call them crazy and take their kids away? That is ridiculous. If you go on YouTube right now and look up spiritual, there's people like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi and all these stuff talking about spirituality and blah, blah, blah. Are they crazy? Are you going to go take their kids? I don't think so. Is it because I don't have $1 million to give you? Well, fuck you. Money means nothing. Here's the point. People need to stop trying so hard to fit themselves in the category someone else gives them. You know, I know I'm not crazy. So therefore, I'm not going to do all the stupid stuff they want me to do in order to prove that I'm not. Proof is the only sin. And eventually everyone will understand that. But, so then we go into this situation here that I have. You know, I didn't fill out a paper, or I didn't go to a conciliation, because on the phone, I talked to the lawyer and said, I'm not going to pay for my psychiatric evaluation. I mean, if you want it, you pay for it. And now the judge said, go ahead. And guess what? They didn't. So what are they going to do now? Anyway, so I have the lawyer here who has no idea what he's talking about, or no idea who he's representing. It's just someone paying him some money and he's going to represent her. That's horrible. You're going to take somebody you don't know that says a bunch of stuff out of their opinion of somebody that they haven't talked to in 6 years. I could talk to you and tell you more about what's really going on in 5 minutes than she could tell you about the last 6 years, because she doesn't know. She's made it up in her head about me. All I've ever done is do the right thing for the kids. When it comes to the kids, I do the right thing. When I was smoking, I didn't do it around them. When I was drinking, I didn't do it around them. If I swore, it was very rarely, and only because there was an upsetting moment. And now lately, I don't really swear. It's like I do the right thing, and the courthouse makes that seem crazy. I don't eat unhealthy food. Crazy! I try to regulate and restrict myself from ever swearing or doing vulgar things around my kids. Oh, that's so crazy! I'm about working out and health and fitness. So crazy. Oh my God. I recommend not to show your children bloody horror films and play video games where you're blowing off heads. Oh my God, is he crazy? But instead, you know, and then one last thing, you know, drive around playing gangster music about fucking and smoking weed and bitches with your 8-year-old and your 10-year-old. But from the time they were like 5 and 6, you know, that's crazy that I think that they shouldn't do that. And the judge says, I like that gangster rap too. God, are you serious? Like, come on, judge. Not only are you a schmuck, like, this isn't about you. This is about children being taken from their father who loves them more than you would understand love. Because as a person, you're a fat loser who doesn't understand what the hell you're doing. And you have the title of a judge and the authority to fuck up people's lives. That's fucked up. I mean, the Erie County Courthouse and the government and all the people that go along with that shit don't care about anybody. Do you think they care about us? No. Yeah, they might act nice to you as long as you're within the guidelines that they've set for you. But these guidelines are what? Rules that you agreed to? Rules that I agreed to? Hell no. So what are we doing? Why don't we stand up for ourselves? I will not let people push me around. And if that makes me a bad person, then the word bad is wrong in the dictionary. It actually means good. It means that I won't be told that I'm wrong when I know in my heart that I'm right. All I want is to help the world be a better place. Is that crazy? No. Am I crazy enough to think that I can affect the world? I guess that makes me a little crazy, but I don't think so. It means that I'm full of love and I care. So, long story short, the stress that comes from being misunderstood can be so overwhelming sometimes. But no matter what happens in life, these situations happen for a reason. I look at this thinking, like, what could this be? Like, I'm going to be okay whether I have my kids or not, because I can't let that tear me apart. It's going to, some, but I'm strong enough to handle it. They may not be. They may just shut out that whole feeling and forget they have a father because other people messed it up, not because I messed it up. Like, the reason for this situation is to see if I am strong enough to stick to what's real. I'm not going to say, oh, I just had some crazy sober. I was so sober. I hallucinated. No, it wasn't a hallucination. I was just, it doesn't matter what I was doing then, because it's so long ago, and I've talked about that before. So where do you go from this point? You just keep loving and keep living. I love my children. I think it's very unfortunate if I get them taken away from me, but I can't seem to figure out what to do about it. And I'm reaching out, asking somebody to help. I've seen a couple recommendations, but it's usually something on internet that has a list of things that I did take with me to court and mention, and the judge just shrugged them off. Like, I can't believe the people we put in charge at all. All I know is that I'll keep trying, I'll keep being me, I'll keep being loving, and I'm doing the right thing. So, Jasmine, Leo, if I never see you again, I love you so much, and I'm here for you still. I hope someday you reach out to me. Judge Walsh, love you as what you are and who you are, but as a person, fuck you. Erie County Courthouse, double fuck you for putting people in charge that can ruin people's lives. Government, mega fuck you, because you don't care about people. You care about yourselves. You need someone like me to help. When I say in the courthouse that I wish I could talk to the president because I believe that I'm worthy of that. Why are we not? If you represent our country, I'm part of the country, and I have a say-so. I do. Whether you put on your suit and act like a prick or not, like, I have a say-so. I have a right to something, not the fake rights that you made up. So, it's just so much crap. And I'm rambling now because I don't feel like my point was made. Like, what can I do? Somebody out there, please let me know in a personal way, what can I do in this situation? Don't say get a lawyer. I don't go that route. Don't say fight the court system, because that's all it's going to do is get me arrested, because I don't have it in me to contain myself around people who are fucking stupid. And I want to say right to the judge, dude, you're fucking up our lives. You're a fucking moron. But if I throw out these swear words, oh, he's out of control, contempt of court. You're contempt of life, dude. You're contempt of righteousness. You're contempt of everything that is good. You're representing nothing. You're sitting on a podium with a gavel. Order in the court. Disorder is what you display. You don't even know what you're doing. Half the time, if you're locking up murderers and rapists, fine, But if you're taking kids away from good people, you're morons. So anyway, there's no need to say anything else. I love you guys. Have a great day, every day. And even though I'm a little frustrated with the personal stuff that's going on, I'm still as content with life and as loving as a being as I'll always be. And it's just going to grow and grow in a better way. I suggest some people join the movement. Let's really make a difference in the world. And not just some corny difference, a real difference. Let's make it a new place. A place where people want to come, people want to be, and they're welcome. So, until next time, I love you. Peace.